think it's going. Yeah, there it's gone.
Okay, this
Yeah,
is going to be really weird. Okay, I
What's
know this
that?
guy. We both play 7 Days to Die. And I've
Yep.
known him and his wife for a couple of years. And I started to say one of my friends, his wife made a drone, but it sounds kind of rude, like she's not my friend. And I didn't know how to say it. So I started to say one of my friends, our wife. Because I'm always joking about let's steal her from him. But yeah, anyway. So she made a healing drone in 7 Days to Die and it floats in the air. And he's like, but does it work like this? But does it? I'm like, okay, new task. Mike's gonna go jump on all the metal spikes and then come out so we can test it out. That's my new plan for everything. You want to test something? Have Mike jump on the spikes. And we'll figure it out. Oh, it sounded valid. I don't know. You're never gonna learn unless you try. So
Okay, what's this? Oh, you know, just got reminded of something. When you go to the store now, they got limits on how many eggs you can buy.
really,
Yeah. Uh,
holy shit!
Usually it's 1 or 2 dozen.
Oh
And
my
if you go
god!
to Sam's Club, at least, you can either buy the 2 dozen or the 48 dozen.
And that's it.
And yeah, that's it. Or
Oh
it's not
my
2 dozen, it's 3 dozen. It's two 8 dozen and a half cartons.
god!
Okay.
Sorry.
So, and I got reminded that it wasn't all that many years ago
You can only buy one
that
pack of toilet paper.
we would go buy eggs to throw at houses and cars.
Ugh.
Now, I mean, it's like this. The wife and I were talking this morning. We're doing a Sam's run tomorrow. All right, and she asked, and I said, "Well, we do need eggs." I said, "And are you planning on having breakfast tomorrow?" And she,
Oh,
huh? I said, "Well, I've
crazy
got a couple.
question.
We got these containers that hold the dozen and a half eggs."
Right.
And we've got 2 of them. I said, one of them is still full, but the other one, I've still got 2 eggs in it. So if you're wanting breakfast in the morning, I won't boil them tonight, or I won't boil them today.
I need to
But if
boil
you
some
don't
for
want,
tuna salad.
but if you don't want eggs, or yeah, if you don't want eggs for breakfast tomorrow, I'll boil them up. But if you do, I won't. And she
Eggs
goes,
are the best.
and she goes, well, I don't know. I may want eggs for breakfast tomorrow.
Warm, damp, buttery eggs is the best thing in the world.
Butter eggs.
Buttery.
Oh,
Like they're still damp from the butter and nice and soft. And oh my God, that's
so
wonderful.
I'm sitting there, but I mean, we're going to buy a dozen and a half eggs tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
But
Sorry.
I'm sitting there going, man. And now toilet paper shortages aren't like they were before. But
Right.
then, I mean, it used to be cheap. Toilet paper used to be cheap enough that you could go out and TP a house or somebody's trees and not worry about it. Now you
Man.
can't. I mean, now that's an expensive proposition to go out and throw toilet paper in somebody's house or tree.
Yeah. Somebody told me once, you can let this year go. You don't have to hate Mr. Mencken, one of our teachers. And I was like, no, I can't. I'm financially invested because, every year we TP his house. And, you do it every year. You start spending money after all. I'm like, no, no, no. I'm waiting to see how this pays out. This is an investment.
Yeah. Now I've got to be honest. I never TP'd somebody's house or egged someone's house or car.
Sweetie,
I
get my
never
credit
did.
cards off the bed. Yeah.
What I did do though is because I was working in a TV station, I wrapped videotape around the fire department.
Oh no. What did you
And
do?
when I got home, the chief of police was sitting in the living room drinking a cup of
Oh.
coffee with my dad,
Oh my God, that's
with,
bad.
with my mom and dad. I walked in and said, "Hey, everybody, how y'all doing? Chief, how you doing? Dad, I'm going to head up to bed." And Chief goes, "Oh, no, you're not." And I'm going, the Chief's telling me I can't go up and go to bed. And he looked at me and he goes, "You are stupid."
Oh, the fire chief said that?
No,
Oh
the
no.
police chief.
Police chief said you're stupid. What did you do? I mean, we know what you did, but
And I go, and I just looked at him and goes, "Don't you think the entire town doesn't know that you're the only person in this town that works at a television station and
oh
has
my
access to that much videotape
oh my God.
to wrap it around the fire department?" You go, "You can get back in your car. You can go back up to the station. You can clean it all up.
Yeah.
And that'll be the end of it as far as I'm concerned."
Yeah.
"Yes, sir, Chief." My mom and dad are sitting there. They're not saying a word. And that's even worse with my parents. That was even worse if they weren't
My
saying
mother,
nothing.
yeah.
There was no, and I couldn't tell, they had absolutely no expressions on their face.
Oh
They were
my
just
God.
sitting there deadpanned. So I go up to the fire station. I clean up my mess. Took me all of 5-10 minutes to wind it all up.
Yeah.
I just had to basically cut it at one spot and wrap it up on my
Thank you,
arm
baby.
like you would a rope.
Oh my God.
And I threw it in the dumpster, and then I went home. And my dad was standing there, and he goes, "Okay, Chief is gone, and it's all, as far as he's concerned, it's over and done with."
Right.
I said, "Yes, sir." And he goes, "Now, as far as your mother and I, we'll discuss this tomorrow. Go on
Ooh.
up to your room."
I don't know if I'm gonna be here tomorrow.
Uh, I was I was grounded other than for work or church. For work, church, and school for the next month.
I bet you were.
And I mean, and my dad's going, he's saying, he goes, "I expected the police chief to be here because of your younger brothers or your younger sister,
Um,
not because of you."
you. So wait a minute. I still. What exactly did you do to the fire department?
Okay, I took a reel of videotape,
Oh no.
about a quarter mile reel of it, and just walked around the fire department, wrapping it around the entire department,
Oh my God.
the entire building. That's what I did. What can I say?
That's kind of wow.
2-inch videotape.
Oh my God.
This was that big stuff, 2 inches wide and about a quarter mile of it.
It's funny. When I was a kid, we didn't measure it by mileage, but by hours. 8 hours of videotape.
Well, yeah, you're talking about the little cassettes. Okay.
The
This is
VHS
the
cassettes we
big,
put on our VCR.
you've seen the pictures of the, let's see here, Vic 22. And images. Let's see if they got them. Okay. Here we go. Oh, that's actually one of the models I worked on.
Mm,
This is one of the models we had in our TV station. Okay. And there's where I want. There we go. You see that big ass reel there?
yes, that's what you
I had
use?
one of those completely full of
Oh my
videotape.
god.
It was a trash reel that we had that we couldn't use anymore, and it was getting close to Halloween.
Um,
So, but yeah, that's one of the uh, VCRs that we had in the TV station that I worked in. That was, equipment like that was my primary job, working on equipment like that. So that's what I did. And like I said, my dad thought he tells me, he goes, didn't expect you to be the one to have the chief of police sitting in my living room talking about.
I mean, I can get it to pain in the ass, but just take some scissors and cut it off.
No, I just took my pocket knife, cut it, and
Oh my.
then wrapped it up. So, and what the chief did say, he goes, what if we would have had to drive out of there that night? And we've seen that around there, not knowing what it was. And it's like, yeah, I think that was more the reason why I got in trouble than anything else. But, it is what it is. Okay, I do have one thing serious need to talk about. Okay,
What?
that the helicopter aircraft crash the other night.
Oh no.
Okay, there's been internet sleuths who have been claiming that this individual was the pilot of the
Oh,
helicopter, and that this is a trans woman army pilot. Okay, and that they had written a note, letter, whatever, a journal entry, something the day before talking about depression and being trans in the military. And they were actually leaving a very strong suggestion that this was a suicide ride on her part.
I don't think it was.
Okay. Now, just I knew we had two F-15s crash when I was in Germany,
Oh no.
and it was a suicide murder thing.
Oh no.
One of the pilots caught another pilot sleeping with his wife, and the one pilot crashed his jet into the other pilot, took them both out.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, So, when that come out about this being a suicide, I was, obviously it got my attention that's what I read yesterday. Well, this
Okay.
morning I get up and I find this article that this person was not the pilot of that helicopter. Okay. Ellis is a chief warrant officer and Black Hawk helicopter pilot, served in Virginia Guard for 15 years. She served in combat zones in Iraq along with other operations overseas. As of an hour ago, when this article was written, Joe Ellis was still alive. Joe Ellis wrote on Facebook on Friday, some craziness has happened over the internet, and I'm being named as one of the pilots in the DC crash. Please report any accounts or posts you see. It's insulting to the victims and families of those lost. They deserve better than this BS from the bots and trolls of the internet. So if you see any articles out there showing this individual as being the pilot of the Black Hawk helicopter,
Yeah.
that's a lie.
Oh.
This person was not the pilot.
Okay.
So, I mean, when I read the article last night, because I read multiple articles that all said the same thing. And when you read multiple articles, you believe what you start to, you believe that they're giving out good information. But what it is those multiple articles was one article reposting another article, just daisy chaining across under new titles, new names. So let's see, this is Newsweek. This was at 8:23 a.m. Eastern time, this article. So let's
Good morning, Mike.
let's be a little more cautious. And I mean, this has been a good lesson to me to be a little bit more cautious about just because you read multiple articles stating something is true by different sources. That doesn't
Like the
mean that it
Unabomber.
is. So, by the way, good morning, Mike. Was it? Didn't mean to ignore you there. So I know this is a fun stream, but I felt that needed to get brought out. I needed to do my fair share in trying to keep the truth there, because I would hate to be the person being blamed for the deaths of a bunch of people. You know what I mean? But anyway. Let's see here. You're an MCU fan, aren't you?
I watched them. I wouldn't say I'm a fan because they've done some stupid things. So I don't know.
I thought you were like a Spider-Man.
Oh, I love Spider-Man. Are you kidding me? He's a Queens boy.
Okay. Well, Ranker, good old Ranker, come up with an article, the biggest losers in the MCU. And Ranker's getting bad with their ads. And I'm running ad blocker, and I'm still getting ads up here. This is horrible. Maybe I need a new ad blocker.
Okay.
All right, but anyway. And I don't even know this car company they're talking about. It's one I've never heard of. Flash Thompson is a jerk who doesn't realize that the nerd he picks on is actually the superhero he admires.
There you go.
Now, maybe it's my lack of being I'm not a uh, originalist when it comes to Spider-Man. He never was one of my favorite. All right, I was more of a Doctor Strange and
Eh,
Silver Surfer type comic book reader. Batman, of course, Superman, but uh, the MCU's version of Flash Thompson seems like he's a little too sad. Well, first of all, I've never pictured Flash Thompson as being. To me, Flash Thompson, as I remember him, was like the linebacker on the football team.
yeah.
You know, not
He was a big guy.
yeah, not some debate team bully. Like you can be a bully on the debate team.
Right.
Well, you can be, but it's a different type,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But Flash Thompson was now the original Spider-Man movies. They had in the first three, the Flash Thompson they had was that big guy, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
It was only in the last couple of them they sort of downsized him.
Yeah.
They took away his muscles and gave him some brains.
Uh-huh.
So Flash really admires Spider-Man. Now, what is this? He stands Spidey. What's the stands? Do you know what that
I don't know.
means?
I don't even know, man.
He stands Spidey and thinks the web slinger is an all-around superhero. Little
That
does
was
he.
never a thing, but okay.
I don't ever remember in any of the comic book readings I did of Spider-Man, which like I said, I wasn't a super fan of him, but I don't remember him being that guy that just absolutely loves Spider-Man.
No, it's not a thing. Okay.
But that's a stan is a highly devoted fan of a particular person, like a musician, actor, author, or influencer. Okay. I see how that goes now. Whoops, wrong. All right, so let me close that. So now I know what stan means.
Okay, I'm having a little problem.
What's the matter?
I'm sorry for doing my personal stuff, but I'm trying to place my weekend grocery order and there's no button to purchase. Like I paid off my credit card so I can use it. I've done everything. We're having trouble with your request. We're working on fixing it. Please try again later. It's like they don't want my money. Jeez, dude, just deliver my food.
Well, I've had that problem here lately too. You know, where trying to do online orders and their
Yeah, but it's Friday.
things are getting bollocksed up.
I need to get this through. It's a Friday.
And I definitely wasn't a Ant Man or Wasp
I
fan.
wasn't. I liked the movies that came out, but I wasn't a giant fan. But they were okay.
Yeah, the movies were fun.
Yeah.
And the guy that they got to play Ant-Man, I
Paul
mean,
Rudd.
he would, that type of hero I sort of liked. He was, a just a normal person,
Kind of an everyman.
and
Okay.
he never got that um attitude that like Superman and Batman and the rest of the superheroes have, where their crime fighting takes place over everything. Ant-Man is just sort of like, yeah, I sort of do this on the side type thing.
Mostly, I'm just a single dad. Whatever.
Yeah. So, oh, this is from Iron Man.
Oh, don't get me started
Try,
on. That was my
this guy
favorite.
pretending to be somebody else. So, I'm sorry about this ad popping up on the bottom of the screen. I wish I could do something about it.
I think the biggest mistake MCU ever made was killing off Iron Man. Even though, I mean, it's canon, I guess. It's just, damn. He was the best out of all of
Yeah, yeah.
them. And Tony Stark
eh,
is, Jesus, Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man.
are you going to go? Are you making any plans to see the new Captain America movie
Ew,
with
no.
the Falcon playing Captain, pretending to be Captain America?
I don't even watch the series for free. I'm not gonna pay to see it. My kids don't care.
Uh, this guy, the guy shot himself in the foot
In real life? What happened?
and during an interview.
Oh no. Don't do it.
Okay. Um, let's see here. Let me come on, mouse. Don't fall. I'm having to stream from the bed again. Yeah, that's the only way I can get my legs high enough. Uh, okay, there we go. Let's see. Potential spam. There we go. Shut that off. And this guy playing Captain America,
Uh-oh.
he during an interview he said that Captain America isn't America.
Mm, that is America's ass, though. Damn. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up because I'm tacky today.
Okay,
Ada, don't make fun of me. I'm fucked up
and
right now.
we'll find. I'm finding the video here now of the interview, or at least I'm trying to, unless they're blocking it. Let's see here. I don't want that. I'm looking for the actual interview itself, the clip. Here we go. Get past the ad, of course. Always got to have that ad.
Oh God! Hey, bring me the tissue out of the bedroom. You know, because I need to wipe this off, please. So I asked her to bring me something to drink because she was right there, and she gives to me. She's like, "Can I go play?" Like I've got her working in a fucking Nike shop. You know, just.
Okay, is that sharing? Yep. All right. Here's what the man had to say.
For me, Captain America represents a lot of different
Thank you,
things. I
Peter.
don't think the term, America should be one of those representations. Like, it's about a man who keeps his word, who has honor, dignity, and integrity, someone who is trustworthy and dependable.
Okay, let me back this up again so you can.
Should be one of those representations.
Jack. Hello,
For
sweetheart.
me, Captain America represents a lot of different things, and I don't think the term, America should be one of those representations. Like, it's about a man who keeps his word, who has honor, dignity, and integrity, someone who is trustworthy and dependable. It's kind of, this is kind of like an aspect of a dream coming true. When I was a kid, all of us as actors, I believe, want to get.
All right. Captain America isn't about being America. Anthony Mackie, you've absolutely all but destroyed your chances of having a good movie. Hey, morning, Data. Yeah, exactly, Data. He's saying, well, that Captain America is about being an everyman. No, Captain America was about America. It was about the love of this country and what the country represented.
There you go.
That's why his uniform was red, white, and blue. That's why his shield had a big old star in the center of it, red, white, and blue.
It was beautiful.
His helmet had the wings of justice on it.
Okay.
Oh, Ant-Man being every man 10 minutes ago.
He kind of was a little bit. Go ahead and laugh at me, but that's how I saw it.
I'm sorry. What'd you say?
Oh, I said something about Ant-Man's that kind of everyone, because he's like some guy you would know in your building. I mean, he was just a regular guy, just whatever, man.
Yeah, he was. I mean, that's why he got his head blown up a little bit bigger than what he should, because it's like, well, look at all the things I've done as Ant-Man. I can do this and I can do that. Shed a little credit on me here. And the people were more interested in the Hulk.
Everybody wants to be appreciated, and the Hulk is really fucking cool. Oh no, don't do this. I'm putting on my nails upside down. This is not a thing. Jesus. Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, Data, I mean,
Hey, ready? What?
red, flashing red palm. Wasn't that from? Oh, it's one of my favorite movies too.
I don't know.
Jenny Allgutter was the female lead in it.
I don't know.
Oh, I'm so ashamed of myself that I can't think of this movie. I'm absolutely ashamed of myself. Logan's Run.
Oh, okay.
Logan's Run. Remember it had the palm with the flashing red gemstone in it?
I must have missed that one.
Huh? Okay, here we go. Dun dun dun. Let's see. Open image, a new tab. There we go. You don't remember seeing that in Logan's Run?
Let me see. I don't think I saw Logan's Run.
Oh, okay. Oh, you need to watch Logan's Run.
Are we talking about the movie or the TV show?
TV
Oh,
show. Or, I'm sorry, the movie, not the TV show.
Oh, I didn't see the movie. Okay.
Farrah Fawcett. I think that was her first movie.
Oh, she was beautiful.
I think, and yeah, I think that was Farrah Fawcett's first movie. See, here's the. So the open palm with the flashing red. So let me get. I love it. Just
A president's analyst? No. I never even heard of that data.
okay, and there's Farrah Fawcett in the movie. She had all that hair before she ever went on Charlie's Angels.
Oh my god.
So, was there a remake of Logan's Run?
I don't know.
The President's Analyst. I've watched
Never
that.
heard of- Another movie?
Yeah,
Was
it's
good?
dang it. I'm trying to remember his name as the James Colburn.
Oh man, he was great.
James Colburn was the President's Analyst.
Okay.
So James Colburn was an actor I really enjoyed watching growing up.
He was a good actor. I've seen him in stuff.
Yep.
Wasn't he in that thing you watched? Mission Impossible.
No, that wasn't James Colburn. That was Sam Elliott.
You gotta love Sam Elliott, man.
Sam Elliott was in it, and other than every now and again a little bit around the mouth, you could recognize him as the Sam Elliott we know now. Oh, In Like Flint, yeah.
Okay. I love Sam Elliott. There was one movie he was in. It's free on YouTube called The Legacy, and she wasn't his wife at the time, but they were in it together. I forget her name, Catherine Ross. And
What
it
was the
was
name of the
very
movie?
good. The Legacy. It's kind of creepy.
It sounds
It's
like a
not.
horror flick.
It isn't really horror. It's more suspense than anything else. Because I mean, some awful stuff happens, and there's kind of a vibe of the supernatural, but it's not outwardly. It's just it's more suspense than anything else. They end up at they're going touring England, and they end up at some British guy's estate for the weekend because they had an accident, and he takes them in, and the girlfriend ends up spending time researching how they're related, and oh wow, it's huge. It's got fucking what's his name, Tommy. The Who. What's his name? Help me out here.
Roger
Come on.
Daltrey.
Thank you, Roger Daltrey, Sam Elliott, Dr. Scott from Rocky Horror Picture Show. It's got some faces you'll know, and oh my, anything with Roger Daltrey, man, I'm in.
Catherine Ross, of course.
Oh my god, that hair of hers, man. I love Roger Daltrey in that.
With his last breath, he confesses that he had sacrificed the other heirs to the devil in order to pass on his sinister powers to her. He instructs her to choose 6 heirs of her own who will likewise be sacrificed when the time comes, so the lone survivor will also inherit powers bestowed by Satan. Wow.
The movie, I know that's a really awful summary, but the movie itself was really good. It was so good. I saw it as a little kid. It's always stayed in the back of my mind. It's one of my favorite movies. I love anything with like a conspiracy theory and it's nothing. Whenever somebody gets accused of being paranoid, I pick up on that. Especially if they're really not paranoid. Like Rosemary's Baby, it's really happening. It's fine. Just go see our doctor. Everything's fine.
She gives him a signet ring, which immediately attaches it to his finger.
Okay, so what are you on, Wikipedia?
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, just watch the damn thing. It's really good. It's out there. It is such a 70s fucking movie, too. Like, oh my god. There's some
Oh, yes, 1978.
Oh my god.
1979. Oh, 78 in the UK, 79 here in the States.
It's really cool.
Let's see. They spent $2.5 million and they got back 11.3 million. So
it doesn't look like a $2.5 million movie. I mean, mostly they're sitting around talking. So
yeah, I'll have to see if I can find that someplace really cheap and
on
watch
YouTube.
it. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the opening song, I think it's Maureen McGovern singing, and I really liked.
That's just no. Close that. I don't need. That's one thing I hate about Chrome. It keeps popping up. Do you want your tabs to be organized? Leave me alone. I've got my tabs organized. Yeah, Data. And like Flint, those were great spoof movies. The Flint movies. There was a couple, 3 of them, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
They were spoof on James Bond type movies, the spy genre. So let's see here. Get back to this. Okay, Ultron. Allies turn against him.
Oh, Ultron. Oh, I don't know why I was thinking Ultraman. My kid loved
Oh
that
man,
song.
Ultraman. Now Ultraman was cool.
I got the box set from 1 year for his birthday. He was so excited about it.
PBS used to show
Ultraman.
that when I was a kid.
Oh, I didn't know
That's the only way I
PBS
could
showed.
see. That's the only way I could watch Ultraman. It was on PBS. But even as a kid, that's the only reason why I watched PBS.
Okay. I like the Electric Company. That's it.
Okay. I have no idea who Roger Harrington is from the MCU. Well, I'm getting a lot of spam calls this morning. That's like my 3rd or 4th one.
They want to tell you about your stimulus that you're totally entitled to that doesn't exist.
Oh, yeah.
I got so many of those. I love that I can screen my calls now. They never say anything. They just hang up after a minute.
Peter Quill is stuck in the 80s and lives in a flying bachelor pad with a bunch of roommates.
Aren't we all stuck in the 80s? Not a bad place to be. If you're going to choose a
No,
place
it's
to be
not a bad
stuck.
place to be at all. Great music.
Yeah.
Good movies, good TV shows.
Not great clothes, I will admit that, but if you had to be stuck in the 80s without any of today's tech, would you do it? No. There was a Twitter, and the parents were making fun of her. Okay, you won't have your YouTube and your Twitter and your ability to film yourself all day and blah, blah, blah. And you won't have this, and you can't live without that. The daughter counters with, you won't have 360, you won't have AirTag, you won't be able to track me at a moment's notice, you won't know who I'm talking to. And she hit him with all the ways her parents were spying on her, and they were like, oh.
You know, that's not really true, though. I mean, I was on the internet in 1984 when I came back from Germany. Granted, it's not the internet as we know it today.
Right.
Okay. But it was still the internet. And I mean, and plus there were bulletin boards. Now,
Yeah.
I could not afford the internet back that we had back in those days at 10 cents a minute.
Right.
I mean, I could
$60
not.
a month seems cheaper than 10 cents a minute at the rate I used to net.
I mean, I remember getting my first bill and it was like $600.
Dude.
And I only made $400 a month. So, yeah. I ate a lot of ramen for the next 2 weeks until I got my next paycheck. I ate a lot of ramen.
Damn.
I learned how to make it very creatively.
I think we all did.
And, you know, anytime anybody invited me over to their house for dinner, I was there.
Yeah. Oh my god, the 80s had chicken tonight. I feel like chicken tonight. Chicken tonight. And it was jars of sauces that you could just throw on your chicken and throw it all in the oven and bam.
Yeah.
Oh my god, they had the pineapple one. It was so good. It was supposed to be sweet and sour. And it was all pineapple. And it was so juicy. I miss that so much.
Peter Quill fits the man-child description to a T.
That's most of the MCU, in my opinion.
Yeah. Red Guardian spent the majority of his super soldier career in prison and was despised by his daughters.
Who?
You know, he was the only fat superhero.
Who?
Red Guardian.
I never heard of him.
Oh, really? He was sort of Russia's Captain America.
Okay. I don't know. I finally got around to seeing Wolverine versus Deadpool or whatever it is. That was so good.
Okay.
Never go to sleep.
That's right. He was Black Widow's father.
Ooh. Stay up and win. Yeah, that's kind of my thing. Never go to sleep while I'm going to stay up and win. What do you call it? Kind of bored face. Shoveled face.
Morning, Shio.
She looks like two pancakes stapled to a board. That's what we call Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel, if they had...
We don't talk about her.
Yeah, if they'd gotten just about anybody else to play her,
We don't talk about
It
that
may
dude.
have been better, but then the script was so bad in that movie.
I didn't see it, so I don't know. But I'll just go with it. Say it is.
I mean, well, it was such a I am woman, I hear me roar, I hate all men type movie that, just too many scenes of that.
Flapjacks on a clothesline. That works too. Either pancake stapled to a board or flapjacks on a clothesline. It all works out. What's Mr. Incredible
Don't even
fan?
care
I
who
don't know.
Jimmy Woo is. Kraglin. Oh no, I didn't watch the second Guardians of the Galaxy. I didn't watch the second one.
I didn't either. I wish I did though. I think I'm probably gonna get around to it soon. They had a
I've
Christmas
got
special.
Craven and I still haven't watched it. That I'm disappointed in myself.
I really want to watch Craven. I wanted to see it in the movie theater, but the kids didn't want to see it.
Loki is always destined to lose.
I feel so bad, like from the first meet, I really wanted Loki to win. It isn't a nice way to say it, but yeah. He has such a sad backstory.
He was always going to be, I mean, he was designed to be Thor's thorn in his side.
Yeah.
So. Okay.
There's a sequel to Black Hawk
they're
Down.
really going into tertiary characters here.
Why would there be a sequel to Black Hawk Down? They're making another Gremlins movie, I heard. And they're making a sequel to Labyrinth finally, like 40-something years later. I'm so mad.
Flapjacks on a clothesline. What, Dana, what do you mean I missed your post about her? Yeah, hey, yeah, Shia was making a joke about the crash, the aircraft crash.
Romy and Michelle, really? Did they need one? They don't need one.
Who in the hell is Romy and Michelle?
You never heard of Romy and Michelle's high school reunion?
No.
Okay.
Is that the one I'm seeing? I saw the wife watches Entertainment Tonight, and they the dumb chick off of Friends,
Phoebe, the quirky
is in this movie.
Yeah.
And she has not aged well. Matt Helm was another good TV character I enjoyed. Oh yeah. Dean Martin. Yep. Dean Martin. My mom liked him. My dad couldn't even stand. My dad didn't like him. Didn't even like listening to him sing. Yeah, and I always thought Dean Martin had a great voice. Yeah, Lisa Kudrow. That's right. That's who it was. She has not aged well. She definitely needs to do something about her turkey neck. I mean, if she's going to still be walking around wearing the kind of shirts that show off her neck, you know. I don't know. But yeah, Lisa Kudrow, did not listen to because I was listening to something else. I was sitting on the couch while the wife watched that Entertainment Tonight show, or E, or whatever the hell it is. Scott Lang.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, this is Thor is being duped by his brother. You know, they really did a bad job overall with Thor over the movies.
What are you talking about?
You know, I mean, his if you look at the entire arc, you can see that what they've done, and the depression, Thor getting his ass whipped every time he turned around. You know, losing his eye, losing his hair,
Getting fat.
getting fat.
I don't know, man.
You know, I don't know. I mean, I watched the movies, and I think it's either the first one or
I love
second one
Ragnarok.
that he was in. That I thought was a good movie.
I saw the first one, not the. I tend to skip the second of most of the Marvel movies, but Ragnarok was my thing.
Well, you know, okay. Steve Rogers was a bit of a loser. Steve Rogers was a hella loser before he got the super serum.
He wasn't. He was just weak. He wasn't a loser.
Well, yeah, he was constantly getting beat up. I mean, yeah, his never say die attitude, but I mean, he was too puny and too weak to live up to what his attitude was. Okay. Let's see. In the movie, the only time he did two things in the movie that surprised people is when everybody else is trying to climb the flagpole to get the flag so they could ride in the truck or in the Jeep. And after everybody else tried and failed and they were all laying on the ground, he just went over and pulled the pin from the bottom of the flagpole, dropped the whole flagpole down to the ground, then went over and got the flag.
Yeah.
That I thought was, the man was using his brain instead of his brawn because he didn't have any brawn to use.
Right.
And then, of course, the standard hero sacrificed himself by jumping on the live grenade. I've just seen that so many times in so many movies that I'm tired of seeing that shtick being done.
What you doing? Okay, princess. Be quiet, okay?
Okay. The saddest words in MCU, the saddest death. The saddest death in MCU is Tony Stark's.
Yes, it really was.
I mean, I got a tear to my eye when that happened.
Dude, my daughter, who is a heartless, her heart is like a shriveled up black piece of coal, stood up in the middle of the theater and said, "Is Iron Man dead?" And his tiny, dude, she made me tear up because she was so sad, and people laughed. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? You know, so she sat down, and then, what's her name? Captain Marvel got yeeted out. She got hit by Thanos, and she was never seen or heard from again in that movie. And I laughed so freaking hard. And they were looking at me like, "What's wrong with you?" Like, she's not dead. She's just not. We're not gonna see her anymore. Yay! But I'm the crazy person.
Shio, your first one's more true than a joke.
See, that's our thing, though. We used to go to those movies, and with him gone, we were never gonna see another good one. So
Yeah, I don't want to watch another Iron Man movie. I just finished watching all 4 of those Iron Man movies.
you know it's
Uh,
gonna be about somebody else taking over if they come out with another one. I'm pissed
Well, they
off.
were talking about doing the one with the girl that stole the Iron Man suit.
I'm so sick of that.
So,
Nah, what I love, everybody's all, "Oh, my secret identity. Don't tell Aunt May this, and you know, everybody's fighting over their secret identity. He's up, I am Iron Man, you know, and I
yeah.
love Princess. Any questions?
Number
Any
1
questions? No
Iron
questions.
Man. Yes, that is definitely the saddest death.
You know. Plus, you know, Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man. I don't care what it says.
Yondu, Galaxy of the. Okay, I didn't see the second one, so I don't know how he's a sad death. So I didn't see it.
How do you not think he's a sad death? Damn, he didn't want to be in that. He went in that against his better judgment. And he had a
So,
kid and he had a wife. He finally got the life he wanted, and bam, this is what happens.
well, I didn't see it, so I don't know what happened.
Yo, Jesus, stop.
So, oh, that made me, and I tell you, it made me mad when they killed Black Widow.
Yeah.
That made me mad. So,
Yeah, shit, what the hell?
Loki, that didn't faze me one bit when they killed Loki.
I loved Loki.
But
He was
you
a
know, he
sad
always seemed to be
boy.
coming back to life. So,
Sure, I wouldn't tell people that, but that's just me. There's some things you don't want to share. Maybe. That's just me, though. I don't know. I'm trying to help.
no, I'm just reading Ringo's answer to his knock knock joke.
It was a nightmare. Oh.
Ringo Starr's most complex drum rhythm.
Oh, God.
Paris Hilton has lost her home in LA fires. Firemen did everything could to save her extensive home video collection. Oh, that's a good one.
I wonder if any of them have Diddy on it.
I don't know. Was she and Diddy a thing?
No, I don't think so. I'm just saying out of curiosity. There's a lot of theories going around about that. That people are setting their own homes on fire to get rid of evidence. But hey, you know.
Yeah. Okay, now I can see Gamora's death being sad.
Yes.
And then when they brought in that other Gamora, and she absolutely hated Peter, the new one.
Oh.
So
I want to see the holiday special. It's not going to be anywhere as good as the Star Wars 1977 holiday special that everybody in Disney, Lucasfilms
Yeah.
denied ever existed. But I'll give it a chance.
Phil Coulson. Yeah, he died in the TV series.
I
I
love
don't remember him
Coulson.
dying in the movie.
He
That had to
died in
be.
the TV series?
That had to be. That had to be in the TV series.
I know he died in one of the movies. They brought him back for the TV series.
Oh, is that what it was?
Pretty
Okay.
sure, yeah. He was on
That,
vacation.
is that Sam? That doesn't look like Samuel Jackson
As
as Nick Fury.
I don't know. I watched a little bit of it, but then they had that hiatus during football season or something, and I just whenever a show gets a hiatus, I have a really hard time getting back to it. That and the Blacklist had their hiatus.
I had no problem here with Heimdall dying in Infinity War. That didn't bother me at all. So, when Vision died, yes.
Oh,
That one, Vision was his death was very strong.
I did like WandaVision. I never saw the last episode.
I didn't watch any of them.
It was good.
Okay. Quicksilver. They
I didn't like
didn't
it when
use.
he died either.
Yeah, I had no attachment to this Quicksilver because it wasn't the Quicksilver I was used to.
Mm.
I mean, I'm talking about as far as the comics went.
I didn't really read the comics.
So that wasn't the Quicksilver I was used to.
Okay.
But okay. Yeah. Oh, this was the guy that was in the held captive with Tony Stark in the first movie. So,
Oh
yeah.
my gosh. Yeah, I don't even know if you could put that there. How do you still have internet? What? No, just look up.
I don't see what I mean. I don't see anything wrong there with what Shio's got posted.
You will.
No, I'm looking at all the chat. I don't see anything wrong there.
Wait for it.
The last one I see here by him is Paris Hilton lost her home in the LA fire. Firemen did everything they could to save her extensive home video collection.
Go up a few.
Oh, about the
11:02
sexually
a.m.
active at 10?
No, 11:02 a.m.
I don't have anything for 11:02.
I didn't delete it. I was a good girl. I should have, but I left it.
Okay, let me see if StreamYards just isn't keeping up with the chat. No. Like, the last thing I see by Shio is the Paris Hilton joke.
Hold on. You'll get there. Damn, I gotta eat I gotta get something for breakfast.
How are you seeing something I'm not? Oh, that one. Yeah, that's Yeah, that was a while ago he posted that one.
As my daughter would say, it's funny because it's true.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I laughed about that one a while ago.
Uh,
You know, that laugh of, man, it's not funny, but it is.
um,
Odin dying in Thor Ragnarok. Yeah. Killmonger dying in Black Panther was supposed to be sad.
uh,
No.
he was a villain. I don't know how it was supposed to be sad.
Yeah. Yeah. They are really going. Uh, they're really going making stretches here.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you can only
Uh,
take a sympathetic villain so far. Like a lot of Stephen
yeah.
King's villains were sympathetic to me. This not so much.
I don't know anything about Disney movies because I don't really watch them.
You're not missing anything. Just gotta get my pinky on.
12 Marvel villains who change things up and switch sides.
I don't know.
Let's see what they're talking about here. Okay, Rogue did leave the Brotherhood of Evil to become an X-Men.
Okay.
So yeah, I remember that happening in the X-Men comics. All right, now I'm confused because I don't remember Hawkeye being a villain.
Nobody talks about Budapest. Okay.
Could you imagine what's her name being in that Scarlet Witch's costume?
Oh, Scarlett Johansson?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, look how high that's cut in the crotch.
Oh, I don't want to know.
I mean, at least the boobs are covered, but man. All right. Let's see here. Vision. Okay.
He wasn't a villain.
Otto Octavius took over Spider-Man's body and became Superior Spider-Man. Now, this I do not remember.
I don't know about that. But I was so
I
glad when they removed that ship and he became good in that Spider-Man movie. It touched my little heart. Spider-Man kind of idolized Dr. Octavius, man. He was a genius.
yeah. He had his own comic book run. I did not know that.
Oh,
As the Superior Spider-Man.
there's all different kind of Spider-Man. We are all Spider-Man.
Yep. Oh, Emma Frost. Oh man, I hated her.
I think a lot of people hated Emma Frost.
When I read the comics.
You know, I made kind of an Emma Frost called in City of Heroes. It wasn't what I was going for. Just somebody with frosty powers, but it kind of looks like her. You gotta play City of Heroes, man. It's a free game. It didn't used to be free. It used to be a monthly subscription thing.
Right.
And then when they shut it down, they sold out to another company. They stopped the servers and everything. And a whole bunch of fans got together and reverse engineered the game and started it up again. And a whole lot of people rejoined. And the company let them have it. They're like, as long as you're not making money off it, you've got our approval. So I was like, yay. It's a really fun game, though. It's very comic booky. The costume choices are really limitless. Like, you can make pretty much anything. One guy made Donald Trump, and they wouldn't allow him to play the character. It was before the election. It was God Emperor. I forgot what they called him, but yeah, it was Trump. But you could, it's like there's no real limit on what you can make in it. They got different kinds of skin, like fur, designs, costumes, you name it.
Huh.
Yeah, it's really amazing for the bit choices.
Data, you're right. Us shrooms are fun guys.
Oh, I bet.
What? Okay, Digi. What is chat music? That scares me. I knew a guy whose nose had to be, if you measured from the base of his nose out, it had to be 6 inches. He had he made Jimmy Durantis's nose look small.
Oh my God.
A slice of apple pie costs $2.50 in Jamaica, $3.75 in Bermuda, and $3 in Bahamas. Those are the pie rates of the Caribbean. Oh. Okay, I see Data and Shio are in the contest, having a contest with each other.
What? Oh.
It's a channel that makes AI music.
There is an AI music maker. Oh my God. It's made some really horrible stuff.
Okay, AI music maker.
A slice of apple pie costs $2.50 in Jamaica, $3.75 in Bermuda, and $3 in the Bahamas. These are the pie rates of the Caribbean. Oh my God. This is horrible.
I am so afraid to go to any AI site because they just scare me that it's going to
steal all your information.
That it's hooked up that it's Chinese ran or something like that. It's as soon as you do anything with it, it just okay, Raman. Let help me with this. Okay. describe the song you want to generate. Do not include. So let's see here. Country. Let's see here.
Well, like the Blues Brothers said, we have both kinds of music, country and western.
1950s country. Okay. Instrumental generate. Oh, you got to buy credits. Oh.
Even the AI picture sites want you to buy credits too for some of this stuff. I never do it. I just wait for my 24 hours for the pictures to generate. They're free. Yeah, no. I will never buy
Okay,
credit.
and nothing is happening.
Just like my ex-husband. Okay.
Nothing is happening. I've got a black screen. Is it stealing my computer?
No. Are you sharing this?
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm just.
That's why I was saying, help me out with this here.
I don't know.
Okay. Let's see here.
It doesn't have to be a 4-minute long song. It could be like 3 minutes and still be a decent song.
Oh, it takes a full minute for it to get your song. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, hell. That fell.
I missed that. So, oh well. Close that tab.
What's the song supposed to be about?
All right. Oh, they changed Galactus from a eater of worlds to a life giver.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, did you see about that?
No, I didn't see that. They retconned him. I didn't.
About the that 490-pound rapper suing the Lyft driver because literally his car
Couldn't handle the weight.
couldn't handle. It was the way that a older millennial.
If you're the same size as the car, you don't get to blame anyone for getting locked out of it.
The way the older millennial went through the whole thing, if the information that he posted out is correct, just all his lawyer has to do is present that to the judge.
It's like the woman who's almost as heavy as a horse wanting to ride the horse and break its back.
Oh yeah. But the car itself has got a 700-pound load capacity. And that includes the amount of fuel in the gas tank. So when it all works out all the way down, the car can only handle like 600 and some pounds. And using her weight, if considering it had a full tank of gas, and using her weight, the driver couldn't have weighed more than, I think, 140 pounds.
Oh,
or else it had actually been against the law for him to be driving down the road And if he was in an accident, his insurance company could legally refuse to cover him.
Yep.
And I think it was a Mercedes. The car manufacturer could disclaim all responsibility for whatever damage was done, or if any damage at all was done.
Yep.
And something about him having aftermarket tires on the car.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay. Tires, rims, and everything. So those would not have held up. He was right when he said his tires couldn't hold up to her because he had aftermarket tires on the car.
Right. I think that's crazy. It shouldn't even be an argument.
Oh, Data.
My car, my choice. What happened to that?
Well, see, now this happened, I believe, in Michigan, and in Michigan they've got weight being a protected class. Overweight people are a protected class. So it'd been, as if he refused to, well, you're black, so I'm not going to carry you.
That's bullshit.
So, but I mean, I think a judge would throw it out. Now they have opened a GoFundMe for the Lyft driver. So I'm hoping that he's making money off of that GoFundMe, because they need to, because Lyft fired him. So until he can get, and I doubt if Uber would hire him. That's the sad thing about my life now, is I get a chance to look too deep into too many stupid things anymore. Hey, Raman, did you ever wish that you had been SBS, my protected class?
Why would I want to be a protected class? That sounds weak.
No. You were muted, so I thought you were away from the.
No, I was trying to find the cheesecake. Thank you, sweetheart.
Oh.
It's breakfast.
If you're obese, you're a protected class in Michigan.
I'm a fat ass, but I'm not protected class, weight class. Jesus, dude.
So now I just found a thing on Spartans and how they, the 300, the myth around the 300.
Okay.
Right?
Strawberry cheesecake. Yeah. Okay.
But my wife brought some strawberry cheesecake ice cream the other day.
Oh man, Blue Bunny makes cherry cheesecake, and it's so fucking good. Cherry cheesecake ice cream is the best.
And my only problem with it is it was so soft. It didn't. I mean, it was like eating.
I ain't gonna say nothing.
It was like eating it's like, it wasn't like eating ice cream. It's like eating a bowl of cheesecake.
Ooh.
A bowl of very cold cheesecake. So, I mean, I liked it, but if I'm eating ice cream, I want ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
And I may end up having, right, and I may end up having to buy, and this is going to piss me off but I may end up having to buy Haagen-Dazs or Ben and Jerry's, and that's going to piss me off either way.
Okay, this is a really good strawberry cheesecake, but I love the cherry cheesecake ice cream. That taste was the best.
Well, Dana, why didn't you buy 4 of them? That way you could help somebody else out. Or only taking half the time to solve all your problems.
We listen and we do not judge.
The Spartans left children to die if they were considered unfit.
Yep.
Well, that would have been me. I'd been left on that hilltop.
That would have been me too.
I would have been left on that hillside.
My mom wanted more sons. She didn't want a daughter. So, yeah, I'd have been left.
Yeah. They treated their slaves with exceptional cruelty.
Ooh.
They'd force their helots to get drunk and behave like fools. This particular practice serves okay. If I knew I could, I'd be willing to damage my liver by over drinking if I knew it was going to keep me from getting killed.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Okay, young men are pitted against each other. Yeah, I mean, we still do that. I mean, football, basketball, wrestling, boxing.
Mm-hmm.
So we still pit the young men and boys against each other. Boys who didn't answer questions fast enough were beaten.
Sound like how I was raised.
I was never beaten for not answering questions a lot, but I was smacked across the head a few times. My dad had all of his fingers cut off on his left hand. They were cut off at the middle knuckle, and they were reattached. But the middle finger and the index finger never quite healed correctly to where the finger could extend out. And there was a big knot of calcium right on that knuckle.
Oh.
And my dad had perfected the flick of his wrist to wrap that calcium bone up against the side of your head. Whap! So, if I didn't answer questions quick enough when he was helping me study, I got that, or I got I got his hand up alongside my head. So, young men are forced to kill helots, kill their slaves. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of harsh. Give their son, the most promising young warriors were given a knife and then set free to kill any helot with whom they'd come into contact. Yeah, that's kind of harsh. Bachelors were scorned and endured public humiliation. Oh. In other words, if you weren't married and had baby boys, you were bachelors were made to walk around the square naked while being ridiculed. Women were known to chase and beat those that weren't married. Wow. Oh, hazing, we all haze at each other. I mean, hazing still happens. Well, it should. Well, let's put it this way. When I was a young man, hazing still happened. Oh, wow. If babies were immersed in wine to see if they would cry, if they did, they'd be left on the hillside. Ooh. Now, this is nonsense. Spartan children also endured what those of the modern world no doubt sees as neglect, since they were not attended to when they cried. No, one of the things I've learned from my wife, you let crying babies cry. You go
Sometimes, yeah.
back, you check them to see if they need a diaper changed, or if they're hurt or bleeding. If they're not, they don't need their diaper changed. If they don't, then you just let them cry. Otherwise, the kid learns that every time it cries, you'll come pick them up. And every time they want picked up, they'll just start crying to get picked up. So, oh, you got your beatings in public. Woo.
Yeah, that was the 70s, yo.
No, I'm talking. This is the Spartans. Boys were often whipped in public.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's cool. Public humiliation. The Spartans were frugal when it come to feeding their young men. In part, this was because such poor feeding would enable them to become taller. All right. Just as importantly, all practice meant the boys and young men would have to steal in order to eat. A key part make them more suitable and effective warriors. The caveat was, of course, if they would be beaten if they were caught stealing the food, which is very much in keeping with general Spartan ethos. Yeah, you learned how to be a good thief. All right, and of course, yeah, we know about their slaves. Surrender in battle was met with derision and shame.
As it should be.
Yeah, Spartan mothers are known to say to their sons, return with your shield or on it.
Mm-hmm.
Dana, if you want, okay, did you have a good one now, okay? Um, Publix grocery store for strawberry cheesecake cookies. Ooh. I may have I may have to go to Publix today and get some of those for the wife.
That's where I got my cheesecake from. And we got a little ice cream, and we got some cheese. We got some good stuff last night.
I like cheesecake, but my problem is I like it too much, so I always buy the absolute smallest ones I can find.
No guilt.
Ones with like 6 pieces to them, and that way the wife will have 3 and I'll have 3. And then there's no leftovers to be sniped on later. Because it's like we're going to Sam's tomorrow, and even though Sam's has amazing pies, we just won't buy any there because they're so big. because the wife knows she'll eat 1 or 2 slices and I'll eat the rest of it. Because I'll just, bite at a couple bites at a time, and I'll end up eating the whole pie. It's not like I sat there and ate the pie at one setting, but every time I go in the kitchen, I'd take a bite out of it. Take a forkful. So I don't need that in my world right now. I want to lose another 50 pounds this year.
Same. But boy's gonna have a good time with his share anyway.
So if I could drop another 50 pounds, I'll put me down to under the 300-pound mark.
Yay!
And that's my goal, to get under 300 pounds by the end of this year. And then the year after that, my goal is to drop my last 50. And that'll put me down to 250, which is, it's still heavy, but it's, my max weight when I was in the Air Force was 220. So, just being 30 pounds over my Air Force max weight wouldn't be too bad. But, okay. Spanky, do you need to go outside? Is that why you're whining? I think Spanky needs to go outside. So let me take him out. Because one thing I don't need to do is pee in the house. That would not be a good thing. Oh, yeah, he's running for the door.
Good boy.
Come on, let's go. Okay, now he's stopped in the kitchen. Come on, Spanky. Come on. Spanky. I know, you guys just love hearing me talk to the dog. Sorry, guys. But when you're home alone and your dog sits there, whining, and he stopped in the middle of the living room and will not go outside. Okay. All right, I know what he wants. He wants his treats.
He's a good boy. He deserves his treats.
Well, he went 2 days without eating. He was into his 3rd day without eating. So I took his treats and busted them up. They're the soft dog bones.
Mm-hmm.
And I mixed them in with his kibble.
Mm-hmm.
And he managed to get all the dog bone out of the kibble and didn't eat any of the kibble.
Oh.
So I took some warm water and just a pinch of bone broth, powdered bone broth, and mixed into it and poured that over his kibble, mixed it in, and then all of a sudden he ate all of his kibble. So I called my daughter-in-law. She used to be a vet tech until the boys were born. And she said, Spanky's 15, 16 years old now. And she's saying that most likely what's going on is the dry kibble just hurts his mouth. So if it gets wet, that softens it up enough to where he can eat it. I think I told you yesterday, since he hadn't eaten much over the past couple of days, I took and absolutely destroyed this first bull. And the wife was sitting there, and I was telling her about it. And I said, "Now watch, I can put down a second bull, and he'll eat it." She goes, "Oh no, he won't. He's full from the first bull." I put that second bowl down, made exactly the same way. The bone broth and busted up uh, dog treat in it. And when I mean busted up, I'm talking about powdered. And he less than 5 minutes, he had eaten it all. And it's like, and she's sitting there looking at it, and I said, "Well, dear, remember, he went 2 days, 2.5 days, and didn't eat anything. Remember when you've been sick for a week where you don't eat anything, that when you start feeling better, you're eating everything in the house?" "Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah." I said, "Well, that's pretty much where he's at right now. He's hungry." "Well, I'm not going to feed him double every day." I said, "Oh, no, 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 no. Just this one day. Just this one meal, he'll get double. I mean, don't need the dog getting fat." But him and Smokey, yeah, they're both close to 15, 16 years old. And the wife and I are talking about it, and she goes, when they go, we're not getting any more." And I was telling her, because I was going to find her another kitten, so that when Smokey goes, she's got another cat to be attached to.
Oh.
And I still may do it, even though that'd make her mad at me.
Yeah.
Go down and see if I can find an orange cat. Orange cats are supposed to be really super playful. So, give her something to keep her busy, to be attached to, because I mean, last night, when I got up this morning at 3:30, Spanky is sleeping on one side of her legs, and Smokey was sleeping on the other side.
Oh.
So it's like these animals. Oh, in the morning when she's getting dressed in the diva den, I can't
Yeah.
even talk to her.
Oh my God, it's a distraction.
Spanky will come over and jump up on me and start barking at me until I leave. This is her room. You're not allowed in here when she's here. Crazy ass animals. So what you got going on today there, Ramen, besides ordering your groceries? You ordered anything good?
No, I'm praying my ex fixes my tire today. That's it. I want to go out this weekend. You never hear me say that, but I want to take the kids to the movies.
What movie?
Moana 2. This is the last weekend. Otherwise, he's going to have to do it, and I don't want to go with him.
Well,
I mean, my nails look like they're finished. Dude, I had so much drama, man. I called the lady to come do my nails, and she was just a cunt about it, because I said only one hand, and she lost her fucking mind for that, because my left hand actually grew out really far. And then she comes over and she's like, "Bitch, you outgrew the tips. You did this on purpose." Like, I deliberately grew out one fucking handful of nails to make it longer than the tips, just to piss her off. So I don't know how that kind of magic works, but whatever. Then it was my natural fingers were sticking out from under the tips, and I told her to file them down. So she gets nail clippers. I'm like, don't cut them. Just get your little drill and file them down, and everything's okay. And she was bitching about that. So she did that. And I'm like, no, just the friendships. Don't put any more polish on it. And then she bitched about that. And she bitched about every single thing. And then we did it. And I was going to leave. And then she's like, oh, well, there's a trip charge too. I'm like, she's like, I don't go out to people. They come to me in the shop. There's a trip charge, which normally I wouldn't mind. But I'm like, bitch, you were coming here anyway because you left a bag full of your stuff. Do your trip charge. I'll just take it out of your storage fee. And she lost her fucking mind. Like I had insulted her puppy or something. She lost her friggin' mind. And unfortunately, I was in a call with my boss for a meeting, and my boss recorded the call. And she's like, I'm never doing your nails again. You are banned, blah, blah, blah. So my boss got mad because I told her, I said, listen, I'm in a group call. You're going to get recorded if you keep screaming. And she kept going. My boss recorded it. And then her boss called my boss to verify it because it put her in a very bad position. And so she went and posted the call on their reviews on their site where, customer reviews go. She posted a link to it. And 12 people canceled their appointments right then, like almost.
Wow.
So, yeah. So she thought she was this big, she was like we all know something like this. She's like, my boss ain't gonna do. My boss loves me. I'm the best person there. I'll go in there and brag about, how I had to take care of business out here. And she was all, you go, girl. All the kind of bullshit. Never happens. So the boss eventually fired her, like, you represented our shop doing this and it humiliated me. Yeah, this isn't working. I gotta let you go. You need anger management classes. You need to prove to me you are in some kind of therapy before you get your chair back. Yeah, so whatever.
Yeah, one of the funniest, the fun videos I sit there and I laugh at and I'm amazed at are hairdressers and fingernail people.
So I'm sitting here doing my own fucking nails. I mean, they came out great, but that's not the point.
They sit there like there's one, the woman comes in and to get her nails done, and she wanted this thing called a duck's foot or duck's tail or something like that.
Yeah.
And the guy who's doing his going to do her nails says, "Oh no, that's ugly. I'm not going to do that."
Ooh.
And the woman goes, "No, you're going to do that. I'm the customer. That's what I want done." And he goes, "We don't do ugly stuff at this shop." And she, of course, then she demands to see the manager. So the manager, actually, the owner comes out, because she's hearing this woman scream, and she asks what's going on. And the guy goes, she wants me to do these on her fingernails, and I told her no. And the woman, the owner, looked at it and said, "Hell no, those things are ugly. We don't do ugly work here."
There is something about nail techs. The trend is currently real short nails because you can work with them. They get offended. They don't want to do your nails short. They're like, what's the point? I gotta cook and I don't want a bunch of crap under my long ass nails while I'm making meatballs, Yeah.
Yeah. And the hairdresser one that sticks out most of my mind is the at least current. There's a couple of them, but the one with you talked about going to shorter fingernails. She had a woman come in and she had the real long nails on her hand. And the hairdresser goes over to talk to her and goes, "Man, what, there's a really foul odor here. What's going on?" And she looked, and then the woman had fecal matter underneath her fingernails.
Dude, I just ate. What the fuck? No.
And the hairdresser, was like, "Oh no.
I'm not doing."
I am not touching you or your hair now.
No. Especially when they pat their head when it itches. No, man, don't. No. That's a
Yeah.
ban right there. I don't care. That's a ban. No, fuck that.
Then women trying to get out of paying for their hairstyles for their hairstylist.
Oh, they'll say you messed it up somehow. I hate that.
They'll wait until the very end to say, "Oh no, I don't like this because
You didn't follow my
you
instructions.
the braid is too big, the braid is too small. I told you I wanted the colors in this rotation, and you put them in that rotation."
I don't have enough ringlets. Whatever.
And so the beautician goes in there and starts cutting out all the extensions, or just snags the wig off their head. The ones I love is where they snag the wigs off their head, because they put that glue on there to hold the wig down.
That fucking hurts when it comes off like that.
And the beautician just snatches that wig off, like, okay, you don't want to pay me? That's fine. Rip. So, well, it are 11 o'clock. We must, we did start a couple minutes late.
She did do a few of my nails. Like, she did one hand, and every single one of them came off last night because they all had air bubbles under them. Or water bubbles. Like, after they do an initial, they buff it a little to give it a rough surface so the plastic will adhere. And I'm like, okay. So I go and wash my hands. I come back out. I'm like, you need to give it a minute to fully dry because they're still damp. She's like, I know what I'm doing. I've been doing this 20-something years. I know what I'm doing. And she didn't wait for the surface to fully dry. She just started slapping nails down. Yeah, they all flipped off last night. I was so mad. Oof.
I wonder how many nail stylists cut off the nails when customers try to get out of paying for them.
I don't
Just
know.
grab a hold of
What?
the hand and start chopping on the nails with a
I've been
pair of
with her
scissors
for
or
years.
something.
I have never tried to get out of pain, and I always tip really well. So she really screwed herself there, but whatever.
Well, she screwed herself out of a job.
Yes, she did. And one of her most loyal, best paying customers too. So whatever.
Well, it's like I was trying to tell my son. He wanted to buy me some Trump related stuff for me to use at work, because I told him, I
Oh,
made the comment I needed a new coffee cup.
oh,
And he goes, for work. And he goes, well, didn't you just get a new coffee cup, Trump cup? I said, yeah. He goes, well, use that at work. I said, oh, no, I can't do that,
oh no.
because, I can't take politics into work. And he sat there and looked at me and goes, oh, yeah, people get fired over taking politics into work and putting it in the customer's face. Unless you know that all your customers are of one political mind,
You might
I
not
mean,
want
you don't go into a place and,
to start a
I mean,
riot.
you don't go into a place and, as let's say, as a Republican, if I went into a place that had all Biden and Kamala stuff hanging up everywhere, I'd be spending the absolute least amount of money possible, if any. You know,
No, all those little kids aren't going to sniff their own hair. So
I mean, politics and religion are still things you don't. If you want to keep customers, you don't talk about politics and religion. When I go on to work tomorrow night, I know I've got a couple of illegals staying at the hotel. And they just had a raid down there 2 days ago. So I don't know if any of the illegals are still at the hotel or not.
Could be a good bounty for you, though.
So Florida doesn't have a bounty on illegals. Wasn't that Missouri that did that? Put
I thought it was
$1,000
all over.
bounty. No, that was I think that was a state thing, not a nationwide. And besides that, I think that would screw me over with my Social Security. They'd take away my Social Security for a couple of months if I started earning money doing that. That's why I don't want to earn any money off the internet. It'd screw up my Social Security. And it took me forever to get it straight the first time. I'd hate to go through trying to get it straight again. I don't know if I could afford to spend 2.5 years again trying to get it straightened out. But all right, Ramen, I gotta go. I got other business to which I must attend. So, you got anything you want to say before we hit the highways?
Yeah, you better not get into a fight, because I won't get anything resembling bail money until next week. So I'm just going to take me and my moderately pretty nails to bed for an hour.
Okay. Well, we'll be back on Monday.
Yay.
Just remember, guys. I think no, I did close that. Okay. Just remember, guys, that picture of that blonde, I guess, say woman that had been passed around the past couple of days as being the pilot of that helicopter, the Black Hawk helicopter. That was not the pilot of the Black Hawk of the helicopter. She is still alive and well wherever she's from. So the internet sleuths totally screwed up on that. So just be aware of that, okay? Other than that, have a good weekend. Enjoy. And as always, be with the ones you love and love the ones that you're with.
Yes.
Have a good one.